fits in my head. My demons hate me, and I don't mind when I'm feeling down. Save me if you can. Save me if you can. I'm too far gone. Too far gone. Save me if you can. Just save me if you can. I'm too far gone. I can't make you do anything that.
What happened? All right. I'm trying to do this live stream. I think I got it working right. The live YouTube stream. I put it. But I can't find my mouse. I need to change the color of my mouse. This sucks. But yeah, I've got a couple other. People supposed to show up, and I got their stuff in the playlist, but.
Nah, I'm sitting here wondering the same. I had a couple people said they would show up.
Let's see.
I don't know. It's Friday night.
I mean, hell, people partying and shit probably. So I don't know, but I mean that's why I started it so late. Um, but hell, I don't even party no more, so I wouldn't know.
Ah, I feel you, dude. My kid's asleep in bed right now. I'm sitting here
Let's see.
smoking.
All right, let me open up my YouTube, and then I'll share. I'll tell you what. Let's see. I mean, I got a wife and kids. You know, I can't be out partying and stuff. So this is the highlight of my party. All right, let's see. All right, I got the live stream YouTube. All right, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna paste it to you, the live YouTube stream,
All right.
and I'm gonna paste it to you in Messenger. That way you can, paste it to other places or whatever. All right. Hopefully that'll work. All right. Well, this is being recorded, so that way people can come back later on and listen to it later on. And but like I said, I think I'm gonna try to find some other different platform because it's a little bit kind of complicated because I mean, I like the fact that you have like a public link and then you have the VIP link for the people like you that's in, in here, and you know, it's just better that way. So it's just like the people that need to be in here are in here, and there's not a whole bunch of other people that are just gabbing and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, I understand that completely, dude. I used to join Gunner's fucking podcast like weekly until it was full of trolls.
yeah, well, that's why I don't use Twitch anymore.
Yeah, that's what he's on.
Yeah, but see, I'm wondering. Oh, wait a minute. Let me turn my volume up. Let's see, because I don't know if the live stream is. I don't know if the live stream is streaming me talking, me and you talking either. I don't know. Let's see.
I believe so.
Oh yeah, I hear it. The live stream is. I don't know if the live stream is streaming me. Oh yeah, it is. Talking, me and you talking either. I don't know. Let's see. There you go. That's what's up. All right, so let me turn the volume down on it because I hate latency on shit.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, I tell you what, back in 2012 when I first started, I did like invested on my first microphone and stuff. I had like an old analog mixer and I found this like the mixer and this microphone. It was a Behringer mixer and a Behringer mic I found at a pawn shop, and I just couldn't have. It's the old analog, but it was like USB. It had a USB option to it, and I just could not for nothing. The latency on that was terrible. It was like I could hear. It's just how the buttons where you had to press the button to record and turn the other button off, and in order for me to hear myself, you know, in the headphones and stuff. Then I end up having to just get a splitter and do some shit out the sound card and like all, but it was it was like it makes you want to throw up sometimes. But so yeah, I was gonna ask some questions too, but man, there ain't nobody up in here, and I got. I tell you what, have you. I'm gonna play somebody. 'Cause there's a lot of music to play for you, but have you ever have you heard of Hearst Boy yet?
Yeah, I'm cool with him.
Yeah, that's my brother, man. It's like we're not blood brothers. It's like my best friend, same my homie and shit. And um, I wish he was able to jump in tonight, but he's driving right now. He's going to Michigan. He's gonna be opening up for Insane Poetry, and he's got a couple more states. He's gonna be doing some stuff, and he doing a show for some lows that's gonna be Juggalo and Juggalette that's gonna be
And that's
married and shit.
fucking dope.
Yeah,
I got a show 2 weeks from now in Spartanburg, but honestly, the only gig that I like get to go on because I got a family is North Carolina.
oh right, okay.
Because I
Well,
mean,
I'm in
South
Virginia. Where you
Carolina,
at?
no offense to them, but they're stale. We don't like juggalos.
Well, not all of them are. There, I tell you,
Now, yeah, not all South Carolinians, but there's a lot of times, like even earlier, dude. Like I was at the fucking grocery store and I got like stopped and questioned because of my Hatchet Man tattoo, or, and like the fucking sticker on my car. Like that's just ignorant.
yeah. Well, I had a noise ordinance back in 2012. Well, not really. Like I wasn't like fined or nothing like that, but we had a roommate. She was playing some music or whatever, or something, or maybe it was me. I don't remember what it was. Somehow or whatever, this police ended up being at my door, and like I walk out and I got my fucking Hatchet Man with like lightning green Hatchet Man fucking shirt on and shit, and it's like with lightning all over it and shit. You might have seen that one. But anyway,
Hmm.
it's like a neon green shit or whatever. It's like a tank top or something. I got me my Hatchet Man tattoo on my shoulder and shit. And they come there to tell me to turn my shit down. Next thing you know, these motherfuckers are asking me, oh Juggalo, yeah, whoop whoop, what up, homie? Like they're being cool, you know what I'm saying? And then I didn't realize they were profiling me. and that was in 2012. I didn't realize, that we were like they were, building, profiles of these, of us, and like
Oh,
gonna
that was the
fucking start a
hardest
damn
time for us,
FBI
man.
shit.
Like the march and every fucking thing.
Yeah.
I remember when they put me in gang units when I got locked up for pot. Like I was like, what the fuck am I doing here?
you know, and ever since that, it's like, I mean, I'll wear my hatchet gear and I'll wear my chain, but I won't put anything on no cars. Well,
I feel that. But I
it's
had
a
to put the
shame.
big ass hatchet man on the hood. It only felt right.
I mean, I might
I don't
one
ever
day,
travel
but
with shit though.
being that I have a family and I'll be riding around,
Yeah.
I've had too many, at one time, uh, I mean, I had this little Ford Tempo, and I had a bunch of, yeah, I had the Joker's cards on the back, the vinyl, the Joker's cards vinyl on the back windshield and shit, and a Hatchet Man on the hood and stuff, and I mean, not the windshield, I meant the back glass. Duh. But anyways, and I was coming in late. I was coming in from work. I was out of town. I was coming into work like 3 o'clock in the morning, and this motherfucker turns around. And this is before 2012. This was like 2006 or 2007 or something like that. And this motherfucker, he pulls me over, and he was cool. Okay, this guy was cool. All right, he's because I had gotten was playing my music too loud. Once again, damn noise ordinance. And so I got a ticket, and I wasn't. Y'all stop arguing over video games. And anyway, I got a ticket for loud music. Okay, so I paid the fine that Friday. I came in and the fine got paid at the courthouse, but the DMV closed before the courthouse did and shit. And so the cops like, "Oh, you're cool. You got the receipt. Just leave the car here. You go, whatever." This other cop pulls up. He's like, "Hey, boss, you need any help?" He's like, "Nah, we got it." And he looks at me, and it happened to be somebody from school. That he just didn't like me, some fucking redneck that just did not like me, and I'm over here with trip pants on and shit, with my hatchet gear on and shit, and my vinyls on the. Yeah, go ahead, give her some more. And my vinyls, like I was saying, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, I'm the new drug dog in town, on the force here, and I think, I need to go check out your shit." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Well, if you ain't got nothing to hide." I was like, "All right," because I didn't have nothing to hide. Just all of a sudden, he gets up in the front. I open up the front door. He gets down, not even 2 seconds, comes back up, and he's like, "Hey, this looks like a blunt roach. This is a blunt roach." I'm like, "What the fuck, man? I don't smoke in my car, you know." And I know he had the shit. Like I seen it. He had it like in his shirt pocket. And he pulls it out, and next thing you know, I get a fucking charge just because he's seen. Now, if I was just some clean cut, motherfucker or something in a fancy BMW or something like that, he probably wouldn't even pull me over. Yep, the fucking stigma, man. But that's all right. I'm still rapping regardless. But yeah, anyways, yeah, he's opening for Insane Poetry. He's Hearst boy, and I'm telling you, I don't know if you know the history, but he's only been doing this for about 2 years, and he played at the Gathering, he at the Ship of Fools and the Omen stage this year,
Yep.
and
That was up right.
he was out
I
there.
remember that
That's
shit.
what's
I'm
up.
proud of him, dude.
Fuck yeah, man. I mean, dude. He's been through surgery. Me and my wife, we were there. He's lost almost all of his fucking blood. He could have died, but like we were there, for him. We went to the hospital. Me, my wife, and the kids and stuff. We were there for him like the whole time, all with his wife and kids and stuff, you know. And he was my neighbor, and he had to move eventually, up the road a little bit. But he was my neighbor, and I got him back into the music. I was coming from I was driving through and I had my music equipment in the back, PA system and shit. We got to talking about music or whatever, and I do some small little gigs, little stuff, no big shit, but And then all of a sudden, he was like, "Yo, man, I got some songs I'll be spitting or something or whatever." I was like, "Oh, let me hear it." And he started spitting. I was like, "Dude, I gotta record you." Never been to my house before, and, and so next thing you know, he come up in there and he recorded his first song, and he's just been fucking making his own beats and everything. I got him on Fruity Loops and all kinds of stuff, you know. And he's just between him and Thick Chris now, you know, and everybody else is King Wicked and Cartoon and Enoch and all, whoever else, you know. He's just like he's went up fast for real, and I feel he's going to be one of the next Psychopathic Records. You know, he's going to be on Psychopathic Records soon. I
I hope so, man. I was friends with Darby for fucking years, and watching him just sign in Chapter 17 was like a fucking dream come true.
Yeah, I think he said he was doing something with Darby in Michigan. I think too.
Personally, I think Clockwork He's gonna be the new Chapter 17 signees.
Well, yeah, he's been at it longer, for real. But I tell you what, Hearst is definitely a candidate. A candidate. I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
he's
most that.
definitely.
Well, they're two different things, you know. Like Psychopathic and Chapter 17, we're still like a big ass family, but we're two different divisions, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah. Ouija started that, I think, didn't he? I mean, I don't follow Ouija Mac too much, you know. I mean, he's talented and stuff, but for for me, it's more like I don't know, like crunk club kind of like stuff, you know. And I'm all about the wicked shit,
Uh,
you know. Sounds from the underground, like gory kind of, you know, like old Blaze and fucking ABK. Like I'm old school flube. You know, I've been down since '97, and well, this was like a little after flube, but I'm a flube. Fuck it, I claim it.
my first fucking clown show was all of them. Like my first gathering was the last year Lotus was a fucking thing,
Oh,
and that was a rough way to be introduced to the family because it's just like, hey, I love you. No, fuck you, you know.
I know. But yeah, my first show was 2009. It was Hollow Wicked. No, actually 2008 was Hollow Wicked, and then the Gathering in '09, and then um, Lotus was yeah, it was 2010 in the no, '09 was Lotus. Yeah, it was Lotus in 2009, and then 2010 was my last gathering, and then I went to the what was it, 2017, the Great Malenko show, the 20th anniversary in North Carolina. I went to that one, and I ain't been to one since. Mostly because my wife is really sick, and I can't really be leaving her, going out of state and doing shit, you know, right
No,
now.
I feel
You know,
you.
she's, you know, kind of bad off a bit, but you know, but it's just.
I go to North Carolina a lot for shows. That's mainly where I mean Jelly Rolls come in here, but that's about it.
And where are you at? Cause I'm in Virginia.
I'm in South Carolina,
Oh,
Sumter,
okay.
South Carolina. At that.
All right, that ain't too far. I mean,
Yeah, it's no, it's not. Virginia rocks, dude. Fuck West Virginia, personally, but Virginia's the shit. Every time we go to the gathering, it's a tradition for me and my girl to stop at the Welcome to Virginia sign and smoke a blunt
there you go.
because you can't do that here.
No, for real. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna play some. I don't know. Have you heard? I'm sure you probably heard some of his music.
Yeah,
You heard the first. I mean, the most recent one that he did was last week.
no,
Lost.
actually,
Yeah,
I ain't heard nothing new. I've
Lost
known her
Soul.
for a couple of years. I think I've heard his older stuff.
Yeah, it's Lost Soul. Is what it's called. And he's got LSP in there. The whole crew. LSP. He's got Gingerbread. There's several people in there. I mean,
That's dope.
if
I quit listening to LSP heavily when fucking Coon passed, honestly.
oh well, I actually haven't listened probably about 10 years now. But most recently, I've started listening a little bit. You know, ever since ever since Hurstboy and got um, hooked up and getting with people. You know, and
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't even know Coon died. I didn't know he died. Damn.
Yeah, you didn't know Coon passed?
No.
Dude, that shit was sad.
Damn. Addiction.
Yeah, he's
How?
he's gone. We did a. I wasn't the one that orchestrated it, but somebody orchestrated a thing for him this year at the gathering.
How
Because
did
this
he
will be two
die?
years since he's been gone.
How did he die?
I believe. I did knock on wood because I don't want to say it wrong, but I heard it was like suicide related. Which really hurts because I hate to hear fallen soldiers.
Yeah. Well, that's
But it's
like.
like Juggalo Jesus passing at the
Oh
gathering,
yeah, I
man. I
know
was
that
just
that
kicking it
that
with
was
him, and he
all
passed,
over
and it broke my
last
heart.
year. Yeah, I was
And then you
definitely.
had to still like gather, It was like day one for day two.
What? Nah, wasn't he the one that started the church? What was it called?
Juggalos for Jesus?
I think that's what. Yeah, it was something like that. It was.
No, he was. I
It
believe
was.
he was a part of it, but it wasn't
It
him.
was. That wasn't what it was called. It was. Oh dang, I can't think of what it's called, but I was a member of it a long time, like back in 2006 or 2008 or something. Like when it was something, it was something about Juggalo thing with some Church of Jesus Juggalo thing or something. But
Well, when it comes to things with Juggalo in it, I know Juggalo's in recovery and Juggalos for Jesus.
yeah, but yeah, let me play that most recent one. Let me go
Alright.
ahead. I mean, I don't want to just talk the whole time. I want to listen to some music. I'm trying to get Mal Havoc in here. I don't know if you have you ever heard of Seventh Layer?
Of who?
Seventh Layer.
No, that one's new to
Um,
me.
there's a song. It's an old song from back in like 2012. It's called "Sexy Fat." It sounds like "Sexy Back." They remade it. They did like a kind of a metal version of it. But yeah, Mal Havoc and Dirt and all them. But they kind of fell apart. But now his son is bringing it in. So I'm gonna play some of his music. They're real metal. And they're anti-government and stuff. Their music is fucking badass. But yeah, let me go
Hell
ahead and
yeah.
play this real quick. Where's it at? Lost Soul. All right, here it is. Lost Soul. This is the most recent one. All right.
Big Chris, you a fool for this one.
Hey, let's go. Never let a bitch boy get to me. Focused on my goals, y'all ain't shit to me. You think that we on the same level? Nah, I sold my soul to the devil. No, I didn't, but everybody thinks that I did. The truth is I never really had any friends. I just practiced a lot and got good at this shit.
Thought that I had friends, but I didn't. They only wanted me for the money, for the drugs that they was getting. Got clean, I moved out the way. See, my friends were like cockroaches. Then I met up with Dick Chris. Started practicing with the art of the lyricism. Fuck them, just get out my lane. The doctor done told me that I gone insane. Psychiatrist told me to take all these pills. The counselor said it would help motor skills. It unleashed the motherfucking beast into the world. Split personality, underground society. Underrated underdog. You can see the silhouette dripping in through the fog. Tales from the hearse. Keep acting like y'all don't know who up on the verse.
Never let a bitch boy get to me. Focused on my goals, y'all ain't shit to me. You think that we on the same level? Nah, I sold my soul to the devil. No, I didn't, but everybody thinks that I did. The truth, had any friends? I just practiced a lot and got good at this shit.
Like, oh my god, who the fuck is hers boy? Always at the cemetery, hanging at the mortuary, channeling with the Ouija board, with a dick girl, always up to no good, never understood. I'm gonna keep it a rockin', by the burst in the stocking. No, I'm not in cold, but I still got my flockins. They flapping their wings like the crows. They gonna take your ass up high, but then they let go. Smash up like a bug up on a windshield. Turn the wipers on and turn this bitch into a windmill. Blood from the cleaver, got it coming thick as cornmeal. Dag in my back, had the motherfucker motherfuckers ain't real. Music hit my light, keep on pushing till I get a deal. Let me tell you how I feel. Suffer side, that pain never gon' stop me. Keep the cat rappers off me.
Never let a bitch boy get to me. Focused on my goals, y'all ain't shit to me. You think that we on the same level? Nah, I sold my soul to the devil. No, I didn't, but everybody thinks that I did. The truth is I never really had any friends. I just practiced a lot and got good at this shit.
All right.
Man, that shit was bad.
Yeah.
The
I,
only thing I don't fucking agree with is like the devil, but at the same time, everybody has their opinion, and I
well, no.
respect that.
Here's
That's
no.
like that's like Kim Dracula. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't personally like Kim Dracula, but I fucking love his music.
Yeah. Oh, I can't. I, you know what?
But I mean, I've actually talked to her. Well, he's a good person, you know. So you be yourself.
Hold on, I'm trying to figure out why is. How did I do this? Now I got three VLC windows open. Ah, shit. I don't know what I did. um. Well, I'm not sure how you um how you feel about whatever the Jesus and devil and all this whatever stuff, but
Well, I
he
mean, it
said,
just when it came to that, it was just I don't worship the devil is all.
yeah, well that's what he said. That's what Thick Chris was saying. He says
Yeah,
some say that he worshipped the devil, and then he said, but I don't. And he said, truth is, um, I can't remember the exact words. Um, that he got as good as he did. He said, truth is, he never had any friends. He got as good as he did because he practiced so much.
yeah,
Yeah, so, and what that was basically what he's saying is that some people saying that he's so good that it's because he sold his soul to the devil, but no, it's because he practiced. So
yeah. It
he's not
takes
saying he
effort and
worships the
time.
devil, because he don't. But that's the thing that's the thing I noticed though a lot about, and I know Hurstboy personally or whatever, and he believes in God and everything, but um, I just noticed that there's a lot that it's a little confusing about, do you or do you not, you know, because
Yeah,
of the way the music is, but it's like there's a lot of hidden messages in there, and that's another thing, a reason why I think that Hurstboy is really psychopathic material, because that's with like ICP, how the whole time, before the Wraith comes out,
yeah,
you're thinking that that they must have some kind of like demon related you know beliefs or some kind of whatever shit, you know and then the Wraith comes out, and then and it was the same thing for me. I ain't afraid to admit, the Wraith comes out, and then it's like, now when I listen to all the old music, I'm realizing, no, they're not like worshiping or whatever. They're actually talking about, like, if you do this, this is what's going to happen. Oh, and so it's just stories of devil wicked shit stuff that they do.
yeah,
I've always been down with the clown. I've always been a juggalo. I've always claimed juggalo. Always had homies and all that stuff. I always listened to the music, and but I never really, I guess you can say, got the message until the Wraith.
yeah. Most
And
definitely.
I think most of
I
us are
mean,
like that.
Carter will save my life, but
Oh yeah,
I
I mean, go ahead. You tell me, cause I mean, I got a story, but I want to hear it. I want to hear.
I guess where it all starts is I was like maybe 10 or 11 years old, and like My grandma was like old Southern, so she was like strict but good with God, you know. And my dad was just like a neo-Nazi piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I seen it from the get go that that wasn't who I was, you know. And I fucking like found Juggalo music through my friend James Manafee, and he got in an accident. Actually, he's not around no more. But rest in peace to him. But fucking, he showed me the music, and like I ran away from a group home at like 15 or 15 and a half, and went to my first gathering,
Oh,
which
cool.
was in Cave in Rock, Illinois.
Yeah, it was mine in '09 though.
Yeah, and fucking, I just the music reached out and touched me and elevated me, and honestly, it was the song "Pass Me By" that like sold me as a juggalo. Because I knew that no matter what wicked shit goes on through my head, I could still be a good person.
Yep. Yeah, I
And that's why I make music. It's like non-profit. I make money
yeah,
off of live shows and merch.
that
I
was
don't
one of
sell
the
music.
that was one of the questions I was going to ask.
Yeah.
If we can ever get anybody else in here, but that's one of the questions I was going to
Well,
ask
it takes a week or two to
is
get
why.
traction. I was telling my girl that.
Yeah. But yeah, why, you know, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's pretty much the carnival called me, and that's part of the reasons why. I mean, for me, it was 1980. I mean 1997. I graduated high school in '94, and I had this homie, um, and we used to call him Taz. He used to like whatever, make Taz sounds and shit, whatever, Tasmanian Devil shit, and it's like my best friend. Hung out with him and Chris Hatcher. It was Bobby and Hatcher, we used to call him, and then so he got me into like car radios, car audio and stuff. Him and Bobby did, and um, and one day in 1997, one day we ended up. Kids are arguing games again. Anyway, we ended up. One day I came over to his house, because we had to put in we built a stereo. I mean, it was this crazy ass stereo. It was in the car. He had like an old '79 Toyota Corolla, all like jacked up in the back. It was generally orange and shit, and had Krager's on it, but they weren't real Krager's. It was like some cheapo shits, but it looked like Krager's and shit on it and whatever. And we had a Roadmaster, like a Walmart Roadmaster amp, like a 200-watt amp, and a GPX type cassette player plugged into the input, and then the outputs had like some old Radio Shack horn tweeters up underneath the dash. They would duct tape underneath the dashboard with like duct tape and wire and shit. And then the in the back floorboard, we literally had like two on each side. We had two 12s. No, we had two 12-inch subs facing down in the floorboard, and then we had two 12s in the back seat facing towards the front, and then we had two 10s in the back dash. We cut out holes in the back dash. We basically used the trunk as the speaker box, and then we had two 15s in the trunk, and we used to jam this. It's called Techmaster PEB. Came from Outer Base Part Two or whatever. It was a bass cassette. Like bass heads that would
Yeah.
go to like competition and stuff. Well, anyways, and we used to jam that all the time. Well, I came into his house one day, and all of a sudden he's like, "Yo, dude, you gotta listen to this. What Hatcher gave me. This is fucking crazy, man." And I was like, "All right." And so he's like, "You gotta listen to this." All right, so I got in, and it was the Great Malenko, and it was like the clack of the pull balls and the freaking. I mean, this system, like the reward my children, like the rumbling of like the earthquake and sound and shit, like all, you know,
Yes.
like it was literally, I could still feel the goosebumps, whatever, shivers, you know, like I was like, yo, whoa, like I'm still feeling it, you know, I can still feel it. I was like the smile on my face, you know, like I could feel my face was hurting. I was smiling, so I was like, yo, this is crazy. Who is this? I love this, you know, whatever. And you know, so um, and so you know, and we would jam that. That was like we would jam that whole cassette, you know, just everywhere. And I mean that the whole stereo, you know, like we could be literally pulled up in front of the Minute Market inside off of a little tiny 200-watt amp and be inside and jamming, you know, to the Great Malenko, and you can literally hear the front glass rattling off of some cheap shit, you know, inside of the, you know, inside of the store. And then so, oh, some shit fucking went. I joined the Marines and I got into a car wreck and I got kicked out of the Marines. I ended up being homeless and going in and out of different places here and there and this, that, and the other thing or whatever. And I've never heard the Great Malenko after that. But I kept, but I would hear music that today that I recognize today as music that I heard from them. You know, that I didn't know it was them. And then so like shit. Um, 10 years go by, and my daughter has been born or whatever. Now I'm dating my daughter's aunt, and then one day, you know, she's like, you know, she's like, you want to hear some good music? I was like, all right, bet. And she played Dark Lotus, Tales from Lotus Pod, and I heard Jay and Shaggy, mostly Shaggy, 'cause his voice was just more prominent to me or whatever. And I heard,
Yeah.
you know, so 10 years went by. Now, get this, 10 years go by, okay? And the carnival's been calling. I hear it every once in a while, but I don't know that I'm hearing it, you know? And then I get hooked up with her. And she plays Dark Lotus. And I'm like, who is that? That sounds so familiar or whatever. And they're like, ICP, you know? And Bobby told me who Insane Clown Posse was, but I never really it never clicked when she said ICP 10 years later, you know? And I was like, ICP? You know, I was like, you know, who's ICP? Whatever. I thought you said it was Dark Lotus. She's like, no, 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 no. Shaggy is from ICP. Jay and Shaggy, you know who that is? Jay and Shaggy? No, I don't know who Jay and Shaggy is. I don't know anything, you know what I'm saying? But the voice sounds familiar. It's like Insane Clown. It's like, who's ICP? She's like, Insane Clown Posse. I was like, what? No, you mean like the Great Malenko people? And she's like, yeah, duh. I was like, oh, fuck. So I ended up, so yeah, I had a computer at my grandmother's house. Um, I ended up, you know, asking her, I was like, hey, look, can I get some internet in here, you know what I'm saying, and get my computer or whatever. She's like, yeah, yeah, you can do that. So I got that, and I started looking online and stuff, and I fucking I found the newest Dark Lotus, you know, a Pake Brotherhood. I found, you know, the Wraith, you know, like all other stuff that she didn't have, you know. And I was and when Withered, I heard Withered. Oh my God, it just put me to my knees, and I started crying, you know. And I was just
Yeah.
like, man, I just, dude. And so shortly after that, I become homeless, and I was homeless for 5 years, and I ended up. I tell you what, that was when I was pretty much my lowest. You're talking about, you know, saved me.
Yeah.
So, me and her, we split up because, you know, it just it was kind of forced. You know, it was a family thing. It was kind of forced, but we're still friends. But I ended up being homeless, and that's when I discovered Twisted, Afraid of Me, you know, off of the Green Book, and
Yeah.
uh,
The Green Books,
that
I'm one of my favorite fucking albums, and that's
oh
why
yeah,
I hate that all that shit happened because like you said, Afraid of Me, and
Yeah.
Love Don't Live. Well, that's not Love Don't Live Here Anymore. It's not that album, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to fucking think. There's this song, and Jamie's like, if you did it, then it's already. I'm all right. That's the
Yeah, yeah,
song.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That fucking
If you hear
song
the
made
sound, then
me
I finally
fall when
did
I
it.
first heard that,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Um, that one. Actually, that's the first song that I heard um, before the Green Book. But that got me because that's only kind of got me because I was having girl problems with my
Yeah,
daughter's mom and all that stuff. But it was just that all of this stuff that was piling up on me. You know, it was I already had the CD and I had it for a couple months, but then I just finally she ignored me for like a week. I was supposed to take her out for Mother's Day, and she just ignored me. And then finally, last minute, and she's like, "Yeah, come on over, whatever." Well, shit, we sat in the driveway and we ate fucking whatever chili dogs and just didn't have a dinner really. And so
yeah,
I was just like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. And because it's just like if people knew that I was there, people gonna be starting some shit with her and stuff. But I just couldn't do to her and her daughter and all that stuff. I just couldn't do it, so I had to leave. So everybody judging. And so I just like um I had to leave, but I was depressed, and so I popped in that CD, and of course, started from the beginning, but then Afraid of Me came, and it's just something like an epiphany happened. I was sitting there, and I had a hose in the side in my side window. I had a Nissan King Cab pickup truck with the Hatchman on the hood, and I had my vinyl stickers on the back. Like everything had to have my vinyl stickers, but this one was even fucking way better. If I could find the picture, I know it's somewhere on my old MySpace. I got a MySpace still. Oh, but the picture is on there somewhere. I'll show you. It's I made the clouds and all kinds of stuff, and so I'm sitting here and I'm jamming in my grandmother's backyard, and I got a hose in my car. I mean, in the truck through the side window. And I got a bottle of Jack, and I'm sitting there getting drunk. Don't give a shit about nothing. Just want me to fall asleep. And then that song comes on, and it's just I don't know. It woke me up, and if it wasn't for that song, I think I wouldn't have said fuck it and threw the threw the door open and pulled the hose out and poured the jack out and took off down the road. I would have been sitting there, my grandmother finding me dead or something.
yeah,
But that was like, you know, it was talking to me, saying I am my own worst enemy. I'm the smartest motherfucker and shit I don't pretend to be. But that word right there, that line right there, you know, it's just like it was talking to me that I'm blaming everybody else for all my problems, but then I was like, yo, that's me. I'm the problem. I'm making these decisions. I'm doing all these things. I'm fucking getting mad and yada yada all this whatever shit. It's like so what's and so. I got my Manila. Had like a yellow pad because I do construction and shit. So I had to do like had yellow pads. Where I take down inventories and different kind of stuff
yeah,
or whatever. And so I kept putting it on repeat, kept rewinding the CD and everything, until I can get down as much as I could, as good as I could, the words and everything, but I probably did it for like 30 minutes, and then all of a sudden it just dawned on me, that oh shit, I'm trying to kill myself. And that's when I threw the door open and ripped the hose out and poured the bottle out and just dropped the motherfucker in first and took off. And if it wasn't for Twisted or even the Carnival, ICP or anybody, if it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be. I wouldn't be here. They
oh yeah,
saved
that
me.
was during the Carnival era anyway.
Yeah.
Like it was a really impacting. I mean, I feel where you're coming from though, and I heard little not not little Love Don't Live Here Anymore by Twisted. I
Yeah,
know that was even
2012.
after the beat, but that song was just powerful.
Well, yeah, but see, you know, man, I wish I had my old MySpace because I was, I mean, Facebook. I was sharing the hell out of that and making my theories about that. That was the goodbye song to Psychopathic Records and ICP. That was
I
their
mean,
goodbye
yeah,
song.
but it's all about the eye of the beholder, you know. I
Yeah.
interpreted it like relationship wise when I heard it.
Yeah, well, yeah, relationship, but I think it was a relationship with Psychopathic. That's what I
Yeah,
think it
could
was.
could have very
You
well
know,
been.
because it's like the whole time they're sitting here, they want to be more than what they are, but they're stuck in like this world with them, and they can't do what they want to do. They can't be who they want to really be. This whole time under their stipulations. So they're like, fuck it. The contract was over a long time ago, and they only just stayed because they were homies. They had mad love for everybody. And then they're just like, fuck it. And then whatever what happened between them, I don't think was actually planned. You know, but
No,
this
I mean,
side,
I'm gonna be real honest. The government throwing the damn big metal bar in between us is kind of what happened, you know.
yep,
When they threatened monoxize children, he flipped, you know. And I
yep.
mean, I kind of get that. At the same time,
So I had to step away, but
oh crap, we had 3 people show up.
oh, for real?
Woo! Yeah,
Hold
whoop
on.
whoop.
Are they here?
Yeah, it says 6 watching.
Um,
Who's next?
I don't know. What up? Can y'all see the yeah, hello, hello. How do I see them? How do you see them? I don't see anybody. I
Oh,
see
I don't. I just think there's people watching on YouTube.
Oh, are they?
You-
Hey, what up?
you-
Let's see.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. I got the YouTube open on one, and then I got the radio on the other.
All right, there you go. Yeah, it says concurrent view. It says 6 people.
Well, it'll
Views.
take traction, man.
Oh, it
I
says
passed it in
5.
all my groups, and as far as I'm concerned, we can make a theme song for this bitch. It'd be easy.
I know, man. I'm trying. Well, see, I'm just like WiKiTWoNKaWaDio, whoop whoop,
Whoop,
and
whoop.
I have WiKiTWoNka Records. That's like my record label, and I don't really do anything with it. I want to, but
Hey, I feel you.
I
I'm
just,
Killer Records. I mean, I'm out. I'm like contracted and shit,
I
like
say,
through myself. I'm self-independent through
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Like I've had people ask me to put them on, but I can't pay you, dude. I
yeah.
work a 9 to 5.
Well, see, my main goal is to promote, manage, and distribute. I want to be the person to do, the whole all the footwork for people that I mean, I have a plan. I have a goal, or like a dream, and I have a motorhome, and I want to turn it into a mobile recording studio. I want to be able to have like a big, like 15, 20 foot, whatever you call those box trailers that you use for hauling like race
Yeah.
cars and stuff, and I want to convert it into a mobile stage where it'll fold open and I can go anywhere with my 9,000 watt generator and be out in the middle of the field somewhere, a mini gathering or something, and be jamming out, and then when you're done, you can fold it back up, and then you have the studio.
Yep.
Have
That
have live
that's dope.
streaming, live video, and all kinds of stuff. And I've got an old motorhome, but I want to do all those things, and then I want to go and I want to travel all around the United States, and I want to do like this vlog thing where I can go through um, state to state or whatever, and have like a Patreon account where people can join the Patreon and they can support and they can get perks and stuff like that. And I want to go different places, and hey, we're going to Colorado, we're going to Denver or whatever, and anybody out there that got talent and stuff on the street. I'm talking about in the homeless community, in the poverty
Yeah.
community, the homeless community, places that don't have the
Get the
money,
attention, dude.
the
And I
people that don't have
understand
the money
that
to jump in the
completely.
studio.
Yeah.
I do all the work. I do all the footwork. I record them, I mix, I master. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got people that that can like Hurstman, he can do stuff. And of course, I'm sure I can talk to Thick Chris, and he'll help produce some videos and stuff, come along with me and stuff. I mean, but I want to go to the homeless community. I want to find, artists. I want to find talent. I want to get them, in the studio. I want to record them for free, and sell their stuff. And I get 30%. That's the only stipulation. I promote, manage, and distribute. I sell their music. I get 30%, and you can't beat that because it's like you sell 1,000 CDs at $10 a CD. That's $10,000.
Well,
You get
it's not even that. You have the chance of changing somebody's fucking life,
yeah,
dude,
and
completely in a fucking,
they
even if not a like
all they had
financial, like a mental.
that too. But I mean, all they had to
And
do is step up to the mic,
yeah,
and then and I sell, and they make royalties. Like they keep that. That's theirs. They didn't have to pay in the studio or anything. I did everything. And me and my crew or whatever did anything. Whoever wants to help out, that's the thing. And it's the only thing that I get. That 30% that helps support the mission.
well, yeah,
Like
that keeps it running. That's why
upgrading
they pay
upgrading
you.
the
That's why you gotta pay
software.
to get into
You
the
know,
gathering.
yeah, whatever. Maintenance on the tour bus or whatever. But I like it. I want to split it. I want to split that 30% that I get. Okay, the 10% towards um, the record label, and the other one's going to be put like, back just in case, on the road and stuff, I have a blow tire or something like that, emergency kind of thing or whatever, and the rest of it, pay whatever bills I need to pay, insurance or something, whatever, like, but I mean, to make it roll, keep it rolling, and
Yeah,
then but I want to take 5% of that, and I want to put that in a thing called the Aaron Armstrong Foundation, and that is dedicated to my brother-in-law who had passed away for he passed away. He was in California. He passed away. It was my wife's brother, and I want to get enough, try to get enough money where I can like get maybe a school, an old school or something, and I want to turn it, into a rehab facility, because there's a lot. Because look, this started because I was homeless for 5 years, and I seen a lot of addictions, and
yeah,
I've seen a lot of people get turned away, and I've seen a lot of people going to like methadone clinics and stuff, and like, why do you go? Why does the government, okay, give you an addictive drug to get you off an addictive drug? You know what I'm saying? Like from one to the other. You know?
no, I don't. I don't feel like that's the fucking. I've never really agreed with that
Yeah.
because
I've
you
had.
can't get somebody off an addiction by getting them addicted to something
I
else.
know, and that's methadone is a killer. You know, it was an overdose on it, and the clinic did it. And it's in dedication to him. In dedication to him, I want to yeah, I want to what I make, off of helping people off the street, artists off the street. I want to use that to help get people clean. And then the final thing I want to do is I want to save up some money with all of this to where there's a lot of people that are in this situation because there's no housing. Whether it's
Yeah,
because they have a barrier that keeps them from having like government funding for housing or something, rental assistance or something like that, or there's just nothing available except for abandoned houses. Old, rundown, abandoned houses, and some of them ain't even run down. Some of them are just like houses that are just taxed. Like people lost them because they couldn't afford the taxes, and they've been sitting for 5 or 10 years or something, being vacant, and people breaking into them and busting them up, and and using them as flop houses and stuff like that. So I want to buy them up, fix them up. I want to go back to the homeless community, and I want to find people that has like construction talent. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
like whether it be like a family, or some guy, but mostly pretty much families, so like a husband that has maybe a wife and some children or something, and I implore them to come, chill with the cat. Implore them to come and chill with me and work for me, and in return, I get them off the street, I feed them, I clothe them, you know what I'm saying? I give them a job and whatever, and before they know it, when the place is fixed up, I give them a little bit of money, you know what I'm saying? And the place is fixed up, getting ready to put on the market. Everybody, that came in, inspectors come in and passed everything or whatever. When they least expect it, I hand them the deed and the keys, and it's yours.
Yeah, it's a magical idea.
That's what that's what I want to do, and I've just like I want to get some kind of a. That's why I say like the Patreon or a fundraiser, GoFundMe or something to start helping making this happen. Because I used to be, me and my homies. I started this thing called the CODC, which means the Church of the Dark Carnival, and I still kind of want that to be doing. But I was, Wicked WiKit. It's where the Wicked Wonka Records and the WiKiTWoNKaWaDio comes from. But I was Wicked, and I was the head of the Church of the Dark Carnival, and it was like 5 of us. It was with Doc T, Pale White Horse, and I can't remember the others offhand, and we were kind of like a Dark Lotus thing, but we would be wherever at the laundromat or something, washing clothes and shit. We'd be all hanging out and something. We'd just be out there freestyling all kinds of stuff, and I wanted to, I started getting really good, and I've recorded some stuff, and then it just didn't work for me. But, I got all this equipment, I got all this experience, hosting, shows and birthday parties and weddings and stuff. And recording videos, making some videos, and stuff. And like, I have this experience. I know how to do this stuff. It's just, I feel like I'm almost 50 years old, and me getting into, the game, like I'll do some features maybe with some people or something, because I do have a feature, a couple features. Damn, I can't think, Misty, I can't, Rev Finesse, can't think of the name, it was called, something Wonderland or something. Me and my wife was on it, and, but if I can't get out there, I want to get people out there, and that would be, and that's why I support Hearst Boy so much. I got him started, he used to do stuff on the street, back in the day, back in Richmond and stuff. He used to tell me he used to do some things, but he's a recovering addict, and he started first when I was like, hey man, you got to do some stuff, and so he started with his thing called recovery music, and he started rapping about the stuff that he used to do and how he came to being clean and all that stuff, and that was a great inspiration for me, to be trying to get back into trying to help people.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Fucking
so we got some people on here. Listen, we got 4 people. All right. Well, I tell you what. Let me see. I'm gonna check my phone real quick and see if anybody's chatting. All right. Yeah, it says we got 4 people in here. Whoop whoop.
whoop.
All right. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna play Mal Havoc here from 7th Layer. I'm gonna play some of his stuff real quick for y'all. For y'all that like some heavy metal. It's like a metal rap kind of thing. But here, I'm gonna play this real quick.
emotions. So